Hi there. I am sure that you must have guessed where I have come and where I have brought you today. Yes, you are right. Behind me you can see the Mayam lake, and we have now come in the village of Mayam, and we are going to proceed to a place called as Kumbarwada, where we will be showing you how they make the beautiful idol of Ganesh right from its mud, and a few other aspects that are related to making of this Ganesh idol. Many a times we go to different houses, we go and see the public functions where Ganesh is celebrated. But do we know how they make it? Do we know what are the efforts that go behind? What are the aspects that are related to Ganesh Chaturthi or the making of the idol? Who are the people who make this particular idols? Are they very elderly people? We have now come to Bicholi, in the Bicholim Taluka, at Mayam, and we are going to go to this Kumbarwada. Kumbarwada is a ward of potters, and we will bring to you the making of the Ganesh idol. So we won't waste time. For a few seconds, you can enjoy the beauty of the Mayam lake, and then we'll go straight to the house of Mr. Shet in Kumbarwada in Mayam. I am going, you just watch, follow me. In this Mayam, in the surrounding areas, in this Bicholim Taluka, we came to a place called as Varpal. And here also there are a lot of schools of Ganapati, literal translation of Ganapatichi Shala. And here we found a gentleman by the name Narayan Shirodkar in this ward of Bicholi called as Varpal, who was busy in his Chitrashala making cobras. That's a very, very dangerous thing to do. You can't play around with them. But this gentleman here, if you see over here, he is painting the Nagas or the cobras for the Nag Panchami. So, Narayan Bab,
Yes,
how are you?
fine.
Very good. Thank you for being on my program called My Goem. Uh, it looks very nice that you are painting these Nagas. For what are you doing this?
आमचे आता नागपंचमी येवपाचे आसा न्ही, सो आमी खूब आदी पासून हे नाग करता आनी ते पद्दतीन आमी आतां तें काम चालू केलां. तेजे मागीर नागपंचमी दिसा पूजन करतात लोक व्हरून ते आमी आतां सद्या पेंटींग चालू केलें.
Yeah. Narayan Bab, I want to ask you one question. Now, since you have been making this for a very long time, has the number of people who are taking these Nagas reduced or has it increased?
आतां ह्या 4-5 वर्सांक आमचें वाडतूच चाललें आसा. पयलीं आमचे एक 50-60 जाले आनी आतां आमचे ऑलमोस्ट 150 सुमार तरी जाले. म्हणजे ते इन्क्रीज जायत आसा. लोक पयसल्यान येतात आनी जंय नेवे गणपती पुजतात ते बी नाग पुजपाक लागल्यात आनी ताका लागून आमचे सगळे आतां वाडत चालले आसा नागोबाचे.
The Ganapati idol is immersed in water. How do they say bye bye to this Nags? Do they also put it in water or do they keep it in the plantation of alum or alu?
हय तशेंच करतात ते आदी पासून जी परंपरा आहा अशी आसा की पाणयान सोडिनात व्हरोन खंयच्या तरी एका आपल्या पोरसांत गार्डनान खंय कशें कितें एक झाड आळवाचें आसा थंय व्हरोन ते लास्ट सांजचे सुमार पायतात लोक. तीच पद्दत अजून चालू आसा.
Ozone चालू आसा.
हय.
Ladies and gentlemen, here there is another confirmation of the fact that they do not immerse this idol like they do in the case of the Ganesh idols, but they just leave it in a plant. Today also, we hear many a times that a snake has come in the city. A cobra has slipped into a house. We do not catch him and dump him into the water. We take him and leave him in his own surroundings. And this too is one of the tradition which tells us that after we have revered the cobra, we leave him in his own surroundings. Narayan Bab, you are also doing Ganesh idols. This year, what is a theme that you think is going to sell more?
तशें पळोवपाक गेलें जाल्यार आतां सद्या जो ट्रेंड पिक्चरांनी सुद्दां जो जाता रिकॉग्नायज ते लोक म्हणटा की आमकां ते पद्दती पोजिशनाचे गणपती जाय. आनी पयलीं आमचें कशें आसलें की आमी फॉर्मां यूज करताले. लोकांक आतां इम्प्रुवमेंट जाय लोक म्हणटा आपल्याक फोटो हाडून दितात आपणाक असो हे पद्दतीचो जाय. सो आमी ते चालू दवरता लोकांचे तुमी हाडा फोटो आमी करता तुमकां. सो लोकांचे डिमांड्स आहात ते आमी पुरे करपाचे चड प्रयत्न करता. लोकांक कशें जाय ते पद्दतीन आमी करून दिता.
So you customize.
हय लोक सॅटिस्फाय जायत जाल्यार आमकां तितलें बरें आनी वाडटा बी ते आमकां. लोक येतात म्हणजे आयज कोणाक बरो करून दिलो जाल्यार तो दुसऱ्याक सांगता की अमके शाळेन गणपती बरे जाय ते पद्दतीन दितात करपाक तुका. म्हणजे तितून ते आमकां इम्प्रुवमेंट जाता लोकांचो बेनिफीट आनी आमी भितर सहभाग तेंचो लोकांचो आनी बरें पडटा आमकां.
What he said was that idols are customized, and even whilst revering God, even whilst doing the rituals, we always bank on the silver screen. And this year has not been an exception. Now you can see this Ganesh next to me on the side. Now this has not been made in the mold. This has been done totally by hand. Why? Because the person who wanted this brought this photograph, and Ganapati changed into Bahubali, or Bahubali changed into Ganapati. But whatever the thing, they say that there are different ways to reach to God. Bahubali is one of them. And making one in a mold is easier. But ladies and gentlemen, just see the beauty, the intricacy of this idol over here, which has been made by hand. Uh, One more question I want to ask you. This question I've been asking everybody. Well, people know the answer, some people they don't know. Many of the idols of Ganesh are painted in skin color, and some of them are blood red. Why? If you are aware, well and good. If you are not aware,
नाही आमी ना तितली ती म्हाका ती आयडिया ना स्कीन कलर यूज करता म्हणून
you all don't do any red colored ones.
ना ना
You all only do this.
हय
Do you all make a full white one?
आमी वायट करता आनी तेजेर मागीर आमचे पोस्टर कलर आहा ते यूज करता
Okay.
पोस्टर कलर परत स्टेनर हे आमचे कलर आसा ते यूज करता आमी
From where do you get the mud?
मड फ्रॉम वारकण पेडणे
Are there no sources nearby here where you can
हांगा आदी पयलीं आमी बिचोलच्यान हाडटाले आमचे बड्डे पूण आतां ते काडपाक दिना थंय माती म्हणून आमी आतां वारखणा वयता वारखणीची माती कामाकूय बरी जाता ती मातशी चिकट केले की बरो गणपती हातीन केदोय जर घातलो जाल्यार ताका काय म्हणजे कॉलेप्स जावपाची काय प्रॉब्लम ना बरी उरता माती
what are your views on using the plaster of Paris idols?
माझें एक तर अशें सांगणें आहा प्रत्येक आमच्या गोंयकारांक की प्लास्टरचे जे गणपती येतात ते आमकां एनवायरमेंटाक प्रॉब्लम जाता ते प्रत्येकाक खबर आसात आनी मेन गजाल ही आसा की जे मातयेर करतात जी आमची कला आहा गोंयकारांची ती आमची तुमी प्लास्टरचे गणपती भायले हाडून ती बंद करूं नाकात ती कला आमची आसूं न्ही ती आमकां कला सदांच आमच्या फुडें सुद्दां अशी आमकां बरी पडटली आमच्या फुडल्यांकूय बी ती मातयेचें जें काम आमी करता पळय ती एक कलाच ती भायले आतां प्लास्टरचे पेंट कोल्हापूर हे सायडीचे गणपती येतात आयज लोकांक ते फूल रेडीमेड मेळटा पेंट करून मेळटा सवाय मेळटा ते हाडटात हांगासर आनी गोंयांत विकतात एक दीस हो दीस येतलो की ते डिमांड करतले एक मुर्तीचो इतलो डिमांड करतले जे आमकां अफोर्ड करूंक जावचें ना आमकां आमच्या लोकांक ते जावचें ना हाडपाक मागीर तेन्ना अशें जातलें की ते ती प्लास्टरचे थंयच्यान हाडटात आनी आमची खंय तरी कला बंद पडना आमचो हातूय चलतना एक जर गॅप पडात मातयेक जाल्यार एक 4-5 वर्सां आमचो हात वयचो ना मातयेक करपाक ताका लागून आमची कला आसूं न्ही आनी मातयेचे हांव सगळ्यांक सांगता की मातयेचीच मुर्ती लोकांनी पुजची प्लास्टरची परचेस करची न्हू
Ladies and gentlemen, if there can be a plea right from the heart, a very, very passionate plea, it can be no better than the words that Narayan Bab has just said. Remember one thing, plaster of Paris is also being used in molds to make these idols. But when it is discarded in our environment, it is very, very dangerous, very, very detrimental to our nature. The plea here and the passion that we saw over here is not only not to bring this plaster of Paris idols. The other reason which I found very, very valid and which I think every Goan, each one of you, all my Goenkar brothers should hear very, very clearly. If you start depending on mold made, painted idols of plaster of Paris, we will be systematically destroying the art and the artisans from this land. Please make the idol, the clay idol, part of your Ganesh Chaturthi rituals. This will not only help us to protect our environment, but it will also give an impetus, a push to the artists of Goa. And we have seen at many times the young people, the young generation is desperately wanting to keep this tradition and to take this tradition ahead. Help them. My Goa and Prudent makes a very passionate plea to all of you on behalf of the artisans over here, the Goan artisans, आमचे गोंयकार भाव आनी भयणी, who have been very much involved in the making of these Ganesh idols, painting them, giving them shapes. Please, let us preserve the art that is Goan. Ladies and gentlemen, you can make out that I am in a typical village situation. Do you know why? That dog is asking me, who, why? We have come here to do certain thing about the Ganesh. I will explain to him later. But what I am going to explain to you now is we talked about doing a guro, a measurement of making the Ganesh idol. And here we will show you how they make the guro. Let's go down. So ladies and gentlemen, right from making these Ganesh idols at Mayam, then going to Varpal, this is in Bicholim Taluka, we saw how these Ganesh idols were made. And now what happens to those Ganesh idols that have been so beautifully painted? They are brought into different areas, like we have now come to Mapsa, to modern photo studio where they are selling these idols, and the place where they sell these idols, it is called as Chitrashala, Ganapatichi Chitrashala. There are people who come, who see these idols, they select whichever theme that they want, and then they book that. Once it is booked, it is covered. And on the day, one day before the Chaturthi, on the third day, they will come and they will take the idol from here. So we have brought you to a very beautiful old place or a Chitrashala which is selling such idols to the people. Let's go in and see this. I understand your name is Abhijit Palyakar. And what is your wife's name?
Manisha.
Manisha. Now, Abhijit and Manisha have come here to select an idol. Have you selected the idol?
Yes,
You have already selected. That is the one.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Abhijit has selected a Ganesh idol from here. Let us see what he has selected. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Abhijit has selected this idol. Look how beautiful it looks. And I'm sure that when we have this festival of Chaturthi, we should all go to Abhijit's house to celebrate this festival. I hope you have learnt your Aarti. But for the time being, just see how beautiful these idols are. They are brought from Bicholim and they are for your choice. So if you are celebrating Chaturthi, come here and pick up the wonderful idols. So ladies and gentlemen, after going all over in Mayam, in the Kumbharwada, as well as in Varpal, we have brought to you the making of the Ganesh idol. But after they make it, just like they take the cobra, the nag, and they leave it in the alum plantation or alu plantation, finally this idol of Ganesh made out of clay is brought and immersed into this type of places that have been created in the water over here. In Konkani, we say Ganapati Visarjan, or leaving the idol of Ganapati into the water. It is not called Budeta. In other words, it is not dumping it inside. You bring the idol and you slip it down slowly into the water. So this brings us to the end of the episode, where we have shown you from mud comes the wonderful idol of Ganesh, and finally after those 1.5 days, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 11 days or 21 days, the idol is immersed in the water. Now many of you will have lot of aspects that you may want us to include in our program regarding Ganesh or any other aspect related to the heritage of Goa. My going. Please write to us on the email that you see over here. Let us know whether you like our program. Is there something that you would like to see? Because it is the aim and the objective of my going, along with Prudent, with the cameraman, to go all around Goa and bring to you those facets which normally the Goans do not get to see in normal visits to Goa. So ladies and gentlemen, signing off from this episode of creation of the Ganesh idol.